Good evening. This is the part of the event where we ask you to open up your wallets and your hearts to fund the future so that we can have the great people of Out and Equal continue to do their work to help our community. And I'd like to share my story and how Out and Equal has helped me personally. I grew up in a small community about 1 hour outside of New York City. There wasn't a lot of diversity in my neighborhood. There was no Will and Grace or Ellen or Modern Family on TV. And I struggled with my sexuality, holding it back from everyone. I finally came out when I was 30 years old. And my parents, thank you. And my parents and my family were great and very, very supportive. But it would be 8 years later before I would come out at work. My career was so important to me that I just didn't want to risk it. So I lived a lie. I made up stories about my personal life, and I played the pronoun game. I tried not to share much about the weekends or anything about me personally. It was suffocating, it was exhausting, and I was ashamed of myself. I can remember one day, I went to work and I took my dog. I don't know why. I can't remember why I took my dog, but I took my dog to work. And I had forgotten that on the dog tag, I had listed his name as Cody Rodriguez Feldman. My boyfriend's last name was Rodriguez. So we walk into the office. Everyone loves this dog. It's a golden retriever. Someone pulls out the tag and says, "What is the Rodriguez part?" They knew my last name was Feldman. And I turned 4 colors of red, and I made up some story that this was my roommate, and he helped me when I traveled, and so I felt it was important to put his name on the dog tag. I was again, ashamed of myself. And I lived this way for a number of years forward. And then one Sunday, my partner and I went to a party in San Francisco. And we met, yeah, we lived in San Francisco. Party or San Francisco, either one. We went to a party, we met a guy, I met a guy named Steve there. And Steve said to me, "What do you do?" And at the time, I had worked for HP. So I told him, all right, I work for Xerox now, so calm down. All right. So I told Steve I work for HP, and he says to me, he says, "Wow." He goes, HP is our presenting sponsor this year at our big Out and Equal event. And I was blown away. First of all, I had never heard of Out and Equal, and second of all, I had no idea that my company was so progressive and so supportive of LGBT rights. And so I finally decided it was time for me to own my sexuality. So I decided I was going to tell my boss. I went on a business trip with him, and I tried so hard to get the courage up to tell him in person over dinner, and I just couldn't do it. So I decided to write him an email one Sunday afternoon explaining that I was gay. After I hit the send button on the email, I immediately questioned what I had done. Did I make the biggest mistake of my life? This guy that I reported to, Bob Gumport, for those of you that know him from HP, was a pretty conservative guy. And at least I assumed he was a pretty conservative guy. And I was pretty nervous about what I did. And my partner said to me, "Let's go see a movie." So we went to the movies, and I had no idea what I watched because I was just thinking about what did I just do. When I got home, I got an email back from my boss. And I'm going to read to you just a couple of lines from that email. He said, "Hi, Mike. Thanks for your message. I think that I always knew this, but I'm Butch, come on, come on. I think that I always knew this, but it never made any difference to me. I had two thoughts when I read your note. The first was, why wasn't it easier for you to talk to me or confide in me? It must be very difficult to feel that you can't share significant parts of your life with someone. I hope that it's nothing that I've ever done or said. And the second thought revolved around how wonderful of a person I think you are. You're a great manager and a terrific leader. Most importantly, I value our friendship, and I hope that you and I will always be able to stay friends and keep each other in our lives for a long time to come. I have been out to everyone ever since, and Out and Equal has been a huge part of my happiness and my success. I simply could not have done this without Out and Equal and without my company supporting Out and Equal. Today, I sit on the board of Out and Equal. I'm the president of a multi-billion-dollar division of Xerox. I am married to my wonderful husband, Art, who's here today. And life is good. Out and Equal, Celise, and the entire staff and the board, I owe you so much, and I know others need you as well. So please, make a donation so we can help others. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Feldman.
Thank you.